These keys almost killed me. At 2 p.m. on a Saturday afternoon, I was drunk. Not tipsy, not buzzed. Blackout drunk. The taste of copper filling my mouth. Because that's what fear tastes like when you're blackout drunk behind the wheel, watching red and blue lights fill your rearview mirror. Leading the Ann Arbor police on what might have been the world's slowest police chase. I was 25 years old. I was already a financial advisor at American Express. I had just closed the biggest deal of my career that morning. But by 2:30, I was in handcuffs. Again. And when I got home after another long night in jail, the first thing I did was pour a drink. You know what's strange about rock bottom? It's the only place where you see things clearly. But that night in handcuffs wasn't even my rock bottom. I was drinking a liter of alcohol every night, 2 pots of coffee each day, taking 30-second naps at every single red light. And every morning, I was fighting off suicidal ideation. My liver was screaming, my heart was racing, and my brain was composed of symphonies of destruction. I was simultaneously the most productive and the most self-destructive person in any room. For 15 years, I used an undiagnosed mental illness to build a career that should have killed me. The diagnosis was bipolar 2, and these pills changed everything. The medication changed everything. My 20-hour days became 8. My grandiose thinking vanished. I felt ordinary. I went from Tony Stark to Tony Stagnant. I started to suck. Now, if I can stand here telling you about my lowest moment in a voice that sounds like I swallowed a kazoo, you better be able to follow me as I show you how this connects to your company's survival. Because it was at that moment that I made a discovery that would generate over $200 million in value across 4 turnarounds. The patterns that were destroying me personally were the exact same patterns that I saw in dying companies. You see, research shows that 11% of entrepreneurs actually share my diagnosis. 11%. That's power. There's power in this pattern. If you can harness it systematically, there is power in the upside of bipolar. And here's the connection. I now watch companies worth billions make the same choice every day that I did. They see the warning signs, dropping market share, fleeing talent, and their response is to reach for another glass of the familiar, take another dose of we're fine, and take another hit of yesterday's success. You see, comfort is the drug of choice among dying companies. Your biggest competition isn't Amazon, it's your company's addiction to yesterday. When did your company last do something that genuinely surprised you? If you're thinking longer than 3 seconds, your company is already dying. Now, I'm not exactly built for marathons, but even I learned that standing still in business is a death sentence. Dead companies don't even know that they're dead. I'm going to show you the 10 most common corporate causes of death. And when this slide appears, I'm going to count down. And when I count down, shout it, own it. What is your corporate confession? What is your company's future cause of death? Look around this room. Every one of these is killing someone's company right now. Which one is killing yours? 3, 2, 1. Now that sound was not noise, that's prophecy. That's the sound of 1,000 companies dying. And every single one of you knew it was coming. I'm going to read you your company's obituary right now. Close your eyes. Your company died waiting for perfect information and perfect timing when it could have been bold and courageous. It suffered from bureaucratic bloat. It was paralyzed by the need for consensus, and it spent its final moments surrounded by dusty mission statements and unused innovation labs. It is survived by 1,300 committees, 48,000 meetings, 5,000 employees who knew exactly what was wrong but were too comfortable to speak up, and 10,000 other employees who were too scared to change course. The company will be fondly remembered as someone who stood still while others kept moving. Its final words were, "That's not how we do things here." In lieu of flowers, please contact their former employees with predatory, low-ball offers of employment before their inadequate severance runs out. Now, if that makes you uncomfortable, good. The average S&P company lifespan has crashed from 61 years down to just 18. Not from scandal, from stagnation. I call this corporate stagnation syndrome. Tick, that's Kodak dying. Tock, that's Blockbuster dying. Tick, that's Sears dying. Tock, that's your company dying. Tick tock, tick tock. Comfort is corporate poison. It is a corporate serial killer. And most companies are 3 drinks in. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to declare war on stagnation. Here are 5 symptoms of corporate death. The change allergy. Companies develop antibodies against their own evolution. Innovation paralysis. BlackBerry called the iPhone a novelty. Dropped from 50% market share to less than 1%. The talent spiral. Your best people flee stagnation like rats from a sinking ship. Market blindness. Did you know Kodak invented digital photography in 1975? And they killed their own invention because they were cowards, scared to slaughter their sacred cow. Innovation theater. Companies would build features that customers want benefits. They build tanks when customers want toys. Now, comfort smells like a conference room coffee. It sounds like we've always done it this way. It tastes like yesterday's success. And it feels like a warm blanket on a burning building. I got fired on a Tuesday morning. We won a $60 million contract on a Friday. They fired their change agent and won their moonshot 72 hours later. But getting fired forced me to analyze what had changed after my medication. I had lost my edge. Success versus sanity, that wasn't fair. So I hacked my brain. I weaponized my wiring. And that firing forced me to decode what I now call the hypomanic operational turnaround system, the HOT system, which I'd been subconsciously using to turn around 4 failing businesses and to generate hundreds of millions of dollars in value. Now, the complete HOT system includes frameworks like the 3A combat system, apprehend, analyze, activate, that delivers 52 improvements per year while your competitors debate their first move. Because 52 small wins beats 5 perfect plans every single time. But today I'll share 3 core tools of this HOT system. Tool 1, grandiose goal setting. If you promise 100% growth and deliver 60%, you will still beat the guy who promised 12 and delivered 15. Missing moonshots beats making layups every single time. Tool number 2, the 80-20 profitability matrix. At one manufacturer, just 100 product customer combinations generated 140% of the profits. Everything else destroyed value. So we cut 60% of the products, kept 92% of the revenue, and we tripled our profitability. Tool number 3, pattern recognition. During hypomanic episodes, I would see gold mines that others walked past. I was hired to save a product line that was failing at grocery store scale. During a cost-cutting exercise, we found a feature that everyone ignored. An enhanced load cell that cost $15 more. The engineers explained that it weighed meat more precisely, actually out to a third decimal point. They had launched this a year earlier. They had a diamond. They thought it was a rock. Those extra decimal points meant that the price could be pennies higher per transaction. And those pennies dropped straight to the bottom line, no extra cost of goods sold. The product went from commodity to ATM machine. It was already there. I repackaged hidden value into fleet transformation deals instead of single-scale replacement deals. We went from a reactive $2,000 sale to a proactive $2 million sale. Same product, same feature, different eyes. Every competitor had this capability, but comfort had made them blind. Your competition sees a feature, you see a business model. They see what is, and you see what could be. So if you had 24 hours to save your company, what would you do first? If that is so important, then why haven't you done it yet? I bought a company in COVID that was already dead, hosting quarterly funerals that they called board meetings. We murdered comfort before it murdered us, and I sold it for double 3 years later. The difference between dying companies and thriving ones isn't strategy. It's comfort tolerance. Right now, there's a 26-year-old founder who is building your replacement. They're praying you'll stay comfortable for just 6 more months. Blockbuster's executives weren't stupid. They just loved their late fees more than they feared Netflix. Comfort killed Blockbuster. Comfort is killing your company. Your company's keys are in the ignition. Your company is dying. The question is, are you part of the disease or are you part of the cure? You need warriors, not committees, because committees write obituaries and warriors delete them. At 2 p.m. on that Saturday, I was drunk. At 2:30, I was in handcuffs. But today I'm sober. Your company is drunk on comfort. Are you going to wait for the handcuffs? Remember how I got home from jail and poured another drink? Your company will go home Monday and take another shot of stagnation. You think you're just one person, but so was the engineer at Kodak who invented digital photography. One employee with courage and one company without. So on Monday morning at 9 a.m., walk into your office and do one thing. Cancel one process, one meeting, one approval that everyone complains about but no one questions. Don't study it, don't form a committee, just delete it. Then do it 10 more times. And then do it 100 more times after that. Because transformation doesn't begin with a plan, it begins with proof that change is possible. Set a reminder for 30 days from now and title it, Am I the Cure or the Disease? When it goes off 30 days from now, you will know the answer. Right now, while you're debating strategy in the conference room coffin, there's a ticking sound that you can't hear. Tick. That's Netflix uploading while Blockbuster held another meeting. Tock. That's Uber scaling while taxi companies protected medallions. Tick. That's Amazon shipping while Sears celebrated their real estate portfolio. Tock. That's your lunch being eaten by a 26-year-old in a garage who doesn't give a shit about your industry experience. Every single second you wait, the bomb gets closer to zero. You think you have time? Kodak had 131 years gone. Toys R Us had 70 years gone. Blockbuster had 25 years gone. Boom. I keep 2 sets of keys now. One to remember where I've been, and one to drive where I'm going. Which set will you carry? Your company's obituary has already been written. Now go delete it before it deletes you.